My name is Mark Howe. I'm the country sales director for Google in the UK, and I'm about to swim Alcatraz. It's pretty daunting. 8 years ago, I had a couple of discs taken out of my back and after an accident, and had to start swimming, so I had to teach myself to swim. And I started doing a couple of triathlons and just loved the open water. And a bit like Google, who sets big hairy goals, I want to set myself a big hairy goal for this year. And today, with this beautiful weather, I've got the pleasure of swimming Alcatraz on behalf of Google and on behalf of the UK. I think I'm the only Brit that's swimming today. You're allowed to cheer for me as well. My whole planning was based on our Google products. So I used Google Search to find World Water Swim and find this event. I used actually book search to find and buy a little book about how to swim and survive Alcatraz. I used Hotel Finder from Google to actually find the hotel just up the road here, so I could be right close to the event. I used Google Maps and Street View to make sure I could orientate myself when I was here in San Francisco, and many other of our products. As I understand it, there was eight guys that actually got out of Alcatraz. 3 were shot dead, escaping. 3 were known to have drowned, and 2 they've never heard of since. And you think about it, I've got a bit of blubber on me to keep me warm, plus a wetsuit. But if you've been banged up in Alcatraz for 20 years and then you jump into that water, it's going to be cold, it's going to be rough, and you're not going to be fit enough to swim that distance. So no, I'd rather be working at Google than incarcerated in Alcatraz. Well, I actually only really started training around Easter because I got knocked off my push bike by a bus in London and cracked a couple of ribs, so my swimming training took a real downturn. And then from Easter I was training to do a triathlon, only a sprint one, and I started doing some open water races in the River Thames. So I did a couple of races in the River Thames and one in the sea down in near Brighton in England, and then just ploughing up and down a lake, water ski lake near my house, which again I found online on Google. Excellent! That was amazing. Whoa! Thank you. That's just from Alcatraz. Yeah, that's awesome. I'd love to do it again next year, and maybe even challenge a few of my colleagues to do it. Maybe get a Google team in. That'd be good, and we get some sponsorship. And but yeah, I'd love to do it. Maybe just do it without a wetsuit. Now that would be a challenge. It's just an awesome event. And there's so many events through the year that they do this, and I think they organise it really well for both the swimmers and the spectators. And of course, it's all on Google. You know, if you want to search swim Alcatraz on either Google or on YouTube, there's so much information there. On book search, there's books about it. You know, it's amazing, and actually that's why I'm here.
So how was your swim? Good, congratulations.
Alright guys, let's make some noise.
I fly back to London tonight, back to the office, and think about what my next goal is. The English Channel, that's a big one. But maybe not for a few years yet, but maybe just come back here and challenge more Googlers to do this.